At his work party, someone whispered, "Everyone knows about his mistress but you." So I grabbed the microphone and gave a speech about loyalty that destroyed his career, ended his affair, and freed me from the biggest lie of my life. My name is Kennedy Matthews, 37 years old, executive director of a nonprofit, wife, mother, and the woman who became internet famous for the most savage speech ever given at a corporate holiday party. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to the beginning, because this story isn't just about that one night. It's about every moment that led up to it, every lie, every betrayal, every red flag I ignored, and most importantly, it's about the woman I became after I stopped ignoring them. I met Christopher Matthews 12 years ago at a college alumni event. I was 25, fresh out of grad school, working at a small nonprofit downtown. He was 27, newly hired at Maxwell and Stone, a prestigious consulting firm. "You're Kennedy, right? Class of 2010?" he asked, walking up to me with a confident smile. "That's me. And you are?" "Chris Matthews, class of 2008, business school." "Ah, a businessman. Should I hold that against you?" I teased. He laughed. "Only if I hold it against you that you work for free." "I don't work for free. Nonprofits pay. Just not as much as corporate consulting." "Touche. Can I buy you a drink to make up for my terrible joke?" That night turned into hours of conversation about our dreams, our values, what we wanted from life. He talked about climbing the corporate ladder. I talked about changing the world. We were different, but it worked. We balanced each other. We dated for 2 years before he proposed. A surprise trip to the Bahamas, sunset on the beach, rose petals, the whole romantic setup. "Kennedy, you make me want to be a better man. Will you marry me?" I said yes without hesitation. We got married a year later. Beautiful wedding. 200 guests. My family. His family. Friends from everywhere. It felt like a fairy tale. For a while, it was. The first 5 years of our marriage were good, really good. Chris climbed the ladder at Maxwell and Stone, associate to senior associate to junior partner. Each promotion came with more money, more prestige, more responsibility. I worked my way up too. Program coordinator to program director to executive director, running a nonprofit that helped at-risk youth get college scholarships. We bought a house in a nice suburb, 4 bedrooms, two-car garage, good school district for the kids we planned to have. And we did have kids, 2 beautiful children. Marcus, our son, came first, born when I was 29. Sweet boy, smart, loved soccer and video games. Then Zoe, our daughter, born 2 years later, fierce from day one, artistic, dramatic, always performing. I became a working mom, juggling career and kids, PTA meetings and board meetings, soccer games and donor galas. It was exhausting but fulfilling. Chris was busy too, long hours, late nights, weekend work, but that's what you do when you're climbing. You sacrifice, you grind, you pay your dues, or at least that's what I thought he was doing. About 3 years ago, things started changing. Small things at first. Chris would come home smelling like perfume. Not mine. Different. Floral. Expensive. "Client meeting," he'd say when I asked. "You know how these corporate women love their perfume." He started traveling more. Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, sometimes for a week at a time. Big project. Important client. Can't get out of it. His phone habits changed, always face down, always on silent, password protected. He'd take calls in another room, close the door, speak quietly. Work stuff, confidential. You know how it is. Our intimacy decreased. He was always tired, always stressed, always not tonight. I tried to talk to him about it. "Chris, I feel like we're drifting apart." "We're fine. I'm just stressed about work. Once this project ends, things will get better. But the project never ended. There was always another one, another reason to be distant, another excuse to be unavailable. My friends started noticing. Girl, when's the last time you and Chris went on a date? My best friend Lydia asked during our monthly brunch. I thought about it. Maybe 4 months ago. 4 months? That's a problem. He's just busy. It's temporary. Is it though? Because you've been saying it's temporary for over a year now. I made excuses, defended him, convinced myself everything was fine. But it wasn't fine, and deep down, I knew it. The cracks got bigger. I'd find receipts for expensive dinners, for two, at romantic restaurants. Client dinner, Chris would say, part of the job. Credit card statements showed purchases from lingerie stores, jewelry stores, flowers delivered to addresses I didn't recognize, gifts for clients. Business relationships matter. I'd catch him texting late at night, smiling at his phone, typing quickly, then hiding the screen when I walked in. Just coordinating with the team. Time zones, you know. Every explanation made sense on its own. But together they painted a picture I didn't want to see. I started paying more attention, noticing patterns. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd come home late. Same excuse. Team meeting. Every other Friday, he'd take a business trip. Same cities, same hotels. His credit card showed charges from the same restaurant every Tuesday night, the same bar every Thursday evening, the same hotel in Chicago every other weekend. Patterns, routines, secrets. 6 months ago, something happened that I couldn't ignore. I was cleaning out Chris's car, found his gym bag in the trunk. It smelled badly, needed to be washed. As I pulled out the clothes, something fell out. A keychain, hotel room keycard holder from the Ritz-Carlton, Chicago. I opened it. Inside was a keycard and a handwritten note. Can't wait for next weekend. Room 1847 is waiting. SS. Who's S? My heart was pounding. My hands were shaking. I put the keycard back. Didn't say anything to Chris, but I finally knew. My husband was having an affair. I did what any modern wife would do. I started investigating. I went through his email, his personal account that he thought was private. The password was easy to guess. Our anniversary date. How ironic. I found emails, hundreds of them, from someone named Sandra Hayes. I opened the first one, from last month. Missing you already. Last weekend was perfect. I love you. S. His response. Love you too. Can't wait to see you next Friday. C. Love you too. My husband was telling another woman he loved her. I kept reading, months of emails, going back 2 years, flirty, romantic, sexual, planning trips, talking about the future. When are you going to leave her? We've been doing this for 2 years. I want to be with you, really be with you. S. Soon, baby, I promise. Just need to figure out the finances, the kids. Timing matters. C. He was planning to leave me, for her. I found pictures, attached to emails. Photos of Chris with a woman. Blonde, pretty, younger than me, always smiling. Pictures at restaurants, at hotels, at concerts, at beaches. They looked happy, in love, like a real couple. I scrolled back, found the first email from exactly 2 years ago. Great meeting you at the conference. Would love to grab coffee sometime. Sandra Hayes, Senior Manager, Pinnacle Consulting. A work colleague, someone from his industry, someone he'd see regularly. This wasn't a random affair. This was a relationship, a full relationship, with someone in his professional world. I kept digging, found more, joint calendar invites. Team dinner on Tuesdays meant dinner with Sandra. Chicago client visit meant Chicago hotel with Sandra. Late meeting meant drinks with Sandra. Every lie had a corresponding truth. Every excuse had a reality. I found booking confirmations, weekend trips to New York, Miami, San Francisco, always for two, always in romantic hotels. I found gift receipts, the lingerie, the jewelry, the flowers, all sent to Sandra's apartment. My husband was living a double life, and he was using our money to fund it. I checked our joint bank account, saw hundreds of charges I'd never questioned: dinners, hotels, gifts, trips, thousands of dollars. My money and his money, funding his affair. I felt sick, betrayed, stupid. How did I not see this sooner? I could have confronted him right then, screamed, cried, demanded answers, but I didn't, because I remembered something. Chris's company holiday party was coming up, 3 weeks away. Every year, Maxwell and Stone throws a massive holiday party. Fancy venue, open bar, all employees and their spouses invited. I'd been to every single one since Chris started working there. Met his colleagues, his bosses, his clients. I was known as Chris's wife, the supportive spouse, the perfect partner. And I had a feeling Sandra would be there too. An idea formed in my mind. A perfect, beautiful, devastating idea. I was going to that party, and I was going to expose him in front of everyone, his colleagues, his bosses, his mistress, everyone. But I needed to be smart about it, strategic. I needed proof, evidence, something he couldn't deny. So I started documenting everything. For the next 3 weeks, I built my case. I took screenshots of every email, every text I could access, every receipt, every calendar invite, every photo. I created a digital folder, organized by date, by type, by evidence level. I reached out to people, called the hotels, confirmed reservations under Chris's name for 2 people, got statements sent to my email. I contacted our credit card company, requested detailed statements for the past 2 years, highlighted every charge related to the affair. I hired a private investigator, had them follow Chris for 2 weeks, document his routine, his Tuesday and Thursday nights with Sandra, his patterns. The investigator came back with photos, videos, time-stamped evidence of Chris entering Sandra's apartment, staying for hours, leaving in the morning. I had everything, irrefutable proof of a 2-year affair. But I didn't confront him, didn't let on that I knew, just kept playing the role of the oblivious wife. How was work, honey? Good, long day, exhausted. Want me to make dinner? Already ate. Client dinner. Lies, all lies. But I smiled, kissed his cheek, pretended everything was fine, because I was waiting, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the holiday party. The week of the party arrived. "You're still coming to the holiday party, right?" Chris asked one evening. "Of course, wouldn't miss it. What should I wear?" "Something nice. It's at the Ritz this year. Big deal." The Ritz. How fitting. The same hotel chain where he'd been taking Sandra. "I'll find something perfect," I said, smiling. I went shopping, bought a stunning red dress, form-fitting, elegant, powerful, the kind of dress that makes people look. Got my hair done, my nails done, full makeup. I was going to look incredible. If I was going to blow up my marriage, I was going to look good doing it. The night before the party, I prepared my speech, wrote it out, practiced it, revised it, made it perfect, not too angry, not too emotional, just factual, powerful, undeniable. I packed everything I needed: USB drive with all the evidence, printed copies as backup, a plan. I called Lydia. "Girl, what's going on? You sound different." "Tomorrow night, I'm going to Chris's holiday party, and I'm going to expose him." "Expose him? For what?" "For having an affair, for 2 years, with a woman from his company." Silence. Then, "Oh my God. Kennedy, are you sure?" "I have proof. emails, photos, videos, everything. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell everyone, at the party, in front of his colleagues, his bosses, her, everyone. Kennedy, that's big. Are you sure you want to do it that way? Positive. He humiliated me for 2 years. Time to return the favor. Do you need me there? No, I need to do this alone, but be available after. I'll probably need you. I'll be there, whatever you need. The night of the party arrived. I got ready slowly, deliberately, put on the red dress, did my makeup perfectly, fixed my hair, put on my heels. Chris came into the bedroom. Wow, you look amazing. Thanks, wanted to look good for your company. You always look good. Ready to go? Ready. We drove to the Ritz in silence. Chris was on his phone, probably texting Sandra, planning when they'd see each other at the party, how they'd hide their relationship, how they'd keep the secret. But the secret was about to end. We arrived at 7 p.m. The ballroom was already filling up. Hundreds of people, cocktails, appetizers, holiday music, everyone dressed up, everyone smiling, everyone playing their roles. I'm gonna find my team, Chris said. You okay on your own for a bit? Sure, I'll mingle. Find me later. He kissed my cheek, walked away, disappeared into the crowd. I took a deep breath, grabbed a glass of wine from a passing waiter, started walking around, looking, searching, trying to find her. I spotted Sandra across the room. She looked exactly like her photos. Blonde, pretty, mid-30s, wearing a green dress, laughing with a group of women. I watched her for a while, saw Chris walk up to her, saw them greet each other, so casual, so professional, like they were just colleagues. But I saw the look, the brief eye contact, the small smile, the way his hand lingered on her arm just a second too long. They were good at hiding it, had practice, 2 years of practice. I walked closer, positioned myself near their group, close enough to hear, far enough to blend in. One of the women in their group, older, maybe 50, looked at me. Oh, hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Barbara from accounting. Kennedy, Chris Matthews' wife. Her face changed, just slightly, a flicker of something. Pity? Discomfort? Oh, Chris's wife. Nice to finally meet you. Finally? Have you heard of me? Of course. Chris talks about you all the time. Lies. But I smiled. That's sweet. He talks about work a lot too. I feel like I know everyone here. Barbara looked uncomfortable. The other women in the group shifted. Sandra was pretending to look at her phone. Something was off. I excused myself, walked away, circled back to the bar. That's when it happened. A woman appeared next to me at the bar. Younger, maybe late 20s. I didn't recognize her. You're Kennedy, right? She said quietly. Yes, and you are? I'm Rachel. I work in Chris's department, junior associate. Nice to meet you, Rachel. She looked nervous, kept glancing around. Then she leaned closer, whispered, I don't know if I should tell you this, but everyone knows about his mistress but you. My heart stopped, but I kept my face neutral. I'm sorry, what? Chris and Sandra. They've been together for years. Everyone in the office knows. They're not as discreet as they think. I took a sip of my wine, kept my voice steady. Everyone knows? Yeah, it's like an open secret. People talk about it, make jokes. It's messed up. I thought you should know. You seem nice. You don't deserve to be humiliated like this. She walked away quickly, disappeared into the crowd. I stood there, processing. Everyone knew. Chris's colleagues knew. His team knew. His bosses probably knew. And no one told me. No one had the decency to pull me aside, to warn me, to treat me like a human being. They all just watched, gossiped, laughed, while I played the role of the oblivious wife. Something inside me snapped. This wasn't just about Chris anymore. This was about everyone who stayed silent, everyone who watched me be humiliated and did nothing. I looked around the room at all these people, these successful, professional, educated people. Who knew my husband was betraying me and said nothing? I was done being quiet. I was done being the punchline of their joke. I walked across the ballroom, straight to the stage where the DJ was set up. "Excuse me," I said to the DJ. "Can I borrow the microphone?" He looked confused. The speeches don't start until after dinner. I know, but I need to make an announcement. It's important about my husband, Chris Matthews, senior partner." The DJ hesitated, then handed me the microphone. I walked to the center of the stage. The music faded. People started noticing, turning, watching. I saw Chris across the room. His face went white. He started moving toward me, but I spoke first. "Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kennedy Matthews, Chris Matthews' wife." The room went silent, completely silent. Everyone was staring. "I've been coming to these holiday parties for 10 years now, meeting all of you, smiling, playing my role as the supportive spouse, the good wife." Chris was pushing through the crowd. "Kennedy?" I held up my hand, kept talking, louder. "But tonight I learned something interesting. Apparently, there's been an open secret at Maxwell and Stone for the past 2 years. A secret that everyone knows. Everyone except me." Whispers, shocked faces, people pulling out their phones. "My husband, Chris Matthews, has been having an affair with Sandra Hayes for 2 years. They travel together. They spend weekends together. They're in love. And apparently everyone in this room knew about it." Gasps. Actual gasps. People looking at Chris, at Sandra, at me. Sandra was frozen. Chris had stopped moving. Both looked like they wanted to disappear. Now, I could be angry at Chris, and trust me, I am, but I'm also angry at all of you. I looked around the room, made eye contact with people. How many of you knew? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Who knew my husband was cheating on me? Slowly, hands started going up. 5, 10, 20, more than half the room. Wow, that's a lot of people. A lot of people who saw me at these parties, smiled at me, made small talk, all while knowing I was being humiliated. My voice was steady, strong, no tears, no shaking. So here's what I want to say to Chris, to Sandra, to all of you. I pulled out my phone, opened the folder of evidence, sent it to the company's HR email, CC'd the CEO, CC'd the board of directors. I just sent a comprehensive file to HR and the executive team. It contains emails, text messages, photos, and videos documenting a 2-year affair between Chris Matthews and Sandra Hayes, two senior employees who have been using company time, company resources, and company money to conduct their relationship. More gasps. Chris looked panicked. Sandra looked like she might faint. There are receipts for dinners charged to company credit cards, hotel rooms booked through the company travel system, fake business trips that were really romantic getaways, all documented, all time-stamped, all sent to HR. I paused. Let it sink in. I'm not doing this out of spite. I'm doing this because what they did wasn't just immoral. It was unethical. They violated company policy. They committed fraud. They used company resources for personal gain. People were typing on their phones. The room was buzzing. To Chris, "You broke our marriage. You broke our family. You broke every promise you made. And you did it while making me look like a fool." I looked at him, really looked at him. "I'm filing for divorce. I'm taking half of everything, and you'll never see our kids the same way again. Because they'll know. They'll know what their father did, what kind of man he really is. Chris was crying now. Actual tears. Too late. To Sandra, I feel sorry for you because you think you won. You think you got the prize. But let me tell you something. A man who cheats with you will cheat on you. Good luck with that. Sandra looked away, humiliated. And to everyone else, thank you for showing me who you really are. People who value gossip over decency, who stay silent when they could speak up, who watch someone be humiliated and do nothing. I put the microphone down, started to walk away. Then I stopped, picked it back up. Oh, and one more thing. Merry Christmas. I walked off the stage, through the silent crowd, out of the ballroom, out of the hotel. Behind me, chaos erupted, yelling, crying, phones ringing, people running, but I didn't look back. I got in my car, drove away, and finally I let myself cry. The story went viral. Someone recorded my speech, posted it online. Within hours, it had millions of views. Woman exposes cheating husband at his company holiday party. The comments were insane. She's a queen. This is the level of petty I aspire to. He deserved every second of that. The way she stayed calm, icon behavior. My phone exploded, calls, texts, messages from people I hadn't talked to in years. News outlets wanted interviews. Podcasts wanted me on their shows. Everyone wanted to hear the story, but I stayed quiet. Let the speech speak for itself. Chris tried to call me. I blocked him. He came to the house. I had the locks changed. He sent emails. I didn't read them. His mother called me, crying, apologizing for her son. I told her I appreciated it, but couldn't talk yet. My kids were with my parents. I'd sent them there before the party. They didn't need to be around for this. I called them, explained in age-appropriate ways. Daddy made some mistakes, big mistakes. Mommy and Daddy are going to live in different houses now. Marcus, 11 years old, asked, "Is Daddy bad?" "No, baby. Daddy's not bad. He just made bad choices. But that doesn't change how much he loves you." Even in my anger, I protected him as a father because my kids deserved that. 3 days after the party, I got a call from Maxwell and Stone's CEO. "Mrs. Matthews, this is Richard Cole, CEO of Maxwell and Stone. Do you have a moment?" "I do. First, I want to apologize on behalf of the company. What happened to you was unacceptable. The fact that so many employees knew and said nothing is a failure of our culture." "I appreciate that." "Second, I want you to know we've taken action. Both Chris and Sandra have been terminated, effective immediately." I sat up. "Terminated?" "Yes. The evidence you provided showed clear violations of our ethics policy, misuse of company resources, fraudulent expense reports. We had no choice." "What about their projects, their clients?" "We're managing, but that's not your concern. I'm calling to let you know that we're also implementing new policies, anonymous reporting systems, ethics training. We don't want this to happen again." "That's good to hear. And Mrs. Matthews, I'm truly sorry. You deserved better. From your husband, from our company, from all of us. Thank you, Mr. Cole. I appreciate the call." I hung up. Chris and Sandra both fired, both without jobs, both publicly humiliated. Part of me felt vindicated. Part of me felt sad. But mostly, I felt free. Sandra reached out to me a week later through email. "Kennedy, I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to respond. But I need to say this. I'm sorry. I'm so deeply sorry. What we did was wrong, cruel, unforgivable. You're an amazing woman. You have beautiful children. You didn't deserve this. Chris told me so many lies about your marriage, about you, about everything. I believed him because I wanted to. But that's not an excuse. I knew he was married. I knew you existed. And I did it anyway. I'm ashamed. I've lost my job. my reputation, my self respect. I know that's nothing compared to what you lost, but I wanted you to know I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry. I read it twice, then I deleted it. I didn't need her apology, didn't need her guilt, didn't need anything from her. I needed to heal. And that meant letting go of both of them. 2 weeks after the party, something else happened. I was sorting through more of Chris's documents, preparing for the divorce, documenting assets, making sure I got what I deserved. I found a folder I hadn't seen before in his locked file cabinet. The lock was easy to break, just needed a screwdriver. Inside were documents, legal documents, bank statements for accounts I didn't know existed, offshore accounts, in the Cayman Islands, under Chris's name only, $347,000, nearly $350,000, hidden, undisclosed, money he'd been siphoning from our joint accounts for years. There were also documents for a second mortgage on our house, taken out 6 months ago, without my knowledge, without my signature, $150,000, borrowed against our home equity, all sent to his offshore account. Chris had been stealing from our family, hiding money, planning his exit, getting ready to leave me with nothing. I took photos of everything, sent them to my divorce lawyer immediately. Kennedy, this is fraud, my lawyer said on the phone. This is financial abuse. This changes everything. Can we use this in court? Absolutely, and we will. He won't get away with this. I felt sick, not because I was surprised, but because it confirmed what I already knew. Chris wasn't just a cheater. He was a thief, a liar, a manipulator, and he'd been planning to destroy me. The divorce proceedings got ugly. Chris tried to paint me as unstable, said my public speech was proof of mental instability. My lawyer destroyed that argument. Your Honor, my client discovered her husband had been conducting a 2-year affair, using marital funds to support his mistress, and was being gossiped about by his entire workplace. Her response was not unstable. It was strategic. She exposed fraud. She protected herself. That's not instability. That's strength. Chris tried to claim he deserved half of everything. My lawyer laughed. Your Honor, Mr. Matthews has hidden nearly $500,000 in offshore accounts and illegal second mortgages. He's committed financial fraud. He doesn't deserve half. He deserves prosecution. The judge was not sympathetic to Chris. In the end, I got the house, the kids, full custody, child support, alimony, and Chris had to return every penny of the hidden money. Plus, he had to pay my legal fees. The divorce was finalized 6 months after the party. I was free, legally. Financially, emotionally, it's been 18 months since that holiday party, since the speech, since the divorce. My life is completely different now. I still work at the nonprofit. Got promoted, actually. Executive director became chief executive officer. More responsibility, more impact, more purpose. The viral speech brought attention to our organization. Donations increased. We were able to expand our programs, help more kids. Something good came from something terrible. I bought Chris out of the house, used money from the settlement. It's all mine now, mine and the kids. I redecorated, made it feel different, fresh, new, no traces of him left. The kids are doing okay. Therapy helped. They see Chris every other weekend. He's trying to be a better father. Whether that's real or performative, I don't know. But the kids deserve a relationship with their dad. Marcus asked me once, Mom, are you happy now? I thought about it. Yeah, baby, I am. Are you? Yeah, it's different, but not bad different, just different. Different can be good. Yeah, I think so too. I started dating again. Slowly, carefully, not looking for anything serious, just rediscovering who I am outside of being someone's wife. Met a man named Daniel. He's a teacher, kind, patient, honest. We've been seeing each other for 6 months. Does my situation scare you? I asked him early on. The viral speech, the divorce, the kids? No, it impresses me. You stood up for yourself. That takes courage. Some people think it was too much, too public, too harsh. Those people have never been betrayed like that. You did what you needed to do. We're taking it slow, no pressure, no expectations, just seeing where it goes. Chris tried to reach out a few months ago. New email, long message. Kennedy, I know I don't deserve your time or your forgiveness, but I need to say this. I was wrong about everything. The affair, the lying, the financial fraud, all of it. I destroyed our marriage. I destroyed our family. I destroyed your trust. And for what? For a relationship that ended 2 weeks after we both got fired. Sandra and I aren't together anymore. Haven't been for over a year. It was never real. It was fantasy, escape. And I threw away reality for it. I threw away you, the best woman I've ever known. I'm not asking you to take me back. I know that's impossible. I'm just asking you to know that I'm sorry, truly, deeply sorry. And I'll spend the rest of my life regretting what I did. You deserved so much better. I hope you find it. I hope you're happy. You deserve happiness. I read it once, then I deleted it. Not out of anger, but out of peace. I didn't need his apology, didn't need his regret, didn't need his validation. I had everything I needed already, myself, my kids, my career, my future. People still recognize me sometimes. From the video. Oh my God, you're the woman from the holiday party speech. Most people are supportive. You're my hero. I wish I had your courage. Thank you for standing up for yourself. Some people are critical. You should have handled it privately. You embarrassed yourself. That was too much. I don't engage with the critics. Their opinions don't matter. I did what I needed to do, what felt right for me, and I'd do it again. Last month, I got invited to speak at a women's conference about empowerment, about standing up for yourself, about choosing you. I almost said no. I'm not a speaker. I'm not a public figure. But Lydia convinced me. Girl, your story inspires people. You should share it, own it, help other women find their strength. So I said yes. I stood on that stage in front of 500 women, and I told my story, all of it, the lies, the betrayal, the investigation, the speech, the aftermath, the healing. When I finished, the room erupted, standing ovation, women crying, women cheering. Afterwards, dozens of women came up to me, shared their stories, their betrayals, their pain. Thank you for showing me I can survive this. Thank you for proving I don't have to stay. Thank you for reminding me I'm worth more. I hugged them, cried with them, encouraged them, and I realized something. That horrible night at the holiday party, that public humiliation, that painful exposure, it wasn't just about me. It was about every woman who's been lied to, betrayed, gaslit, made to feel crazy. My story became their story. My strength became their strength. And that's powerful. I'm 38 now, single, successful, happy. Not the naive happy I was before. Not the ignorant bliss of thinking everything was fine. But real happy, earned happy, the kind that comes from surviving hell and choosing to thrive anyway. I look at my life now and I'm proud of the mom I am, of the professional I've become, of the woman I fought to become. My kids are thriving. Marcus is 13 now, playing soccer, getting good grades. He's more open with me than ever before. Mom, can I ask you something? He said last week while we were making dinner. Of course, baby. Anything. Are you glad you and Dad got divorced? I stopped chopping vegetables, looked at him. That's a big question. I know, but I think about it sometimes. You seem happier now. Different. Like, lighter. I sat down next to him. You're right, I am happier. But not because I'm divorced. I'm happy because I chose myself. I chose honesty. I chose to not accept being treated badly. Did Dad treat you badly? He did. He lied to me for a long time. And when someone lies to you, they're saying you don't deserve the truth. And everyone deserves the truth. Marcus nodded, processing. I'm glad you're happy, Mom. You deserve it. I hugged him. Thank you, baby. So do you. So does your sister. That's why I made the choices I made. I get it, he said. I think what you did was brave. Coming from my son, those words meant everything. Zoe, now 9, is a firecracker. She's in theater, dancing, singing, performing constantly. Mom, when I grow up, I want to be strong like you, she said one night before bed. You're already strong, baby girl. But I mean like how you stood up to Daddy, how you didn't let him hurt you anymore. That kind of strong. My heart broke and healed at the same time. You know what real strength is, Zoe? It's knowing your worth. It's not accepting less than you deserve. And it's choosing yourself even when it's scary. Were you scared when you did the speech? Terrified. But you did it anyway? I did it anyway. That's what makes it brave, she said wisely. Too wise for 9. Exactly. Being brave doesn't mean not being scared. It means being scared and doing it anyway. She hugged me tight. I love you, Mommy. I love you too, baby. Always. My relationship with Daniel is growing, deepening. We talk about everything, our pasts, our fears, our hopes. Do you trust me? He asked one evening while we were having dinner at his place. I'm working on it, I said honestly. It's hard for me now, after everything. I understand. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. What if I never fully trust again? What if I'm too damaged? He took my hand. You're not damaged. You're healing. And healing takes time. I'm willing to wait, as long as you need. Why? Why would you wait? You could find someone easier, someone without all this baggage, because you're worth waiting for. Your strength, your resilience, your heart. That's not baggage, that's beauty. I cried, happy tears, grateful tears. For the first time in years, I felt seen, really seen, not for what I could give someone, but for who I actually am. Work continued to be fulfilling. Our nonprofit expanded to 3 new cities. We're helping hundreds of kids now, kids who wouldn't have opportunities otherwise. At a board meeting last month, one of our major donors said, Kennedy, your story inspired me to increase my donation. The way you stood up for yourself showed me the kind of leader you are, strong, principled, unafraid. That's the kind of person I want leading this organization. We received a $2 million donation, the largest in our organization's history, all because I chose to speak up, to stand up, to refuse to be silenced. My pain had purpose. My public humiliation had meaning. It opened doors I never expected. Sandra reached out again, 6 months ago. Different tone this time. Kennedy, I know you probably deleted my last email. I don't blame you, but I need to tell you something. Not for forgiveness, not for closure, just because you deserve to know. Chris lied to me about everything, not just about your marriage, about everything. He told me you were separated, that you knew about us, that you were okay with it. He said you two had an arrangement. I know now that was all lies, but I believed him. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, he's a professional liar. He lied to you for 2 years. He lied to me for 2 years. He lied to everyone. After everything fell apart, I went to therapy. My therapist helped me see that I was manipulated too. That doesn't absolve me, but it helps me understand. I was a victim of his lies too. Just like you, I'm telling you this because I want you to know. It wasn't your fault. None of it. You didn't miss signs. You didn't fail. He was just that good at lying, and I'm sorry I helped him do it. I hope you're healing. I hope you're happy. You deserve all the happiness in the world. I read it 3 times. Then I did something I didn't expect. I replied, Sandra, I appreciate your honesty. You're right. Chris is a professional liar, and yes, you were manipulated too. That doesn't excuse your choices. You knew he was married. You chose to continue anyway. But I understand how manipulation works, how good liars make you believe impossible things. I hope you've learned from this. I hope you never do this to another woman again. I'm not ready to forgive you. Maybe I never will be, but I don't hate you anymore. I just feel sorry for both of us. We both wasted 2 years on a man who wasn't worth it. I'm moving forward. I hope you do too. Kennedy. She wrote back immediately, Thank you. That's more grace than I deserve. I promise I'll never do this again. To anyone. I've learned the hardest way possible. I'm genuinely happy you're moving forward. You're a remarkable woman. I didn't respond, but I felt lighter. Closure, even incomplete closure, has power. Chris has tried to rebuild his life. I hear things through mutual friends, through the kids. He's working as an independent consultant now. No company will hire him after the scandal. The viral video destroyed his reputation. He's dating someone new, someone he met online. I don't know details, don't want to know. The kids say he's trying to be better, more present, more honest. Whether that's real or performance, time will tell. I hope he's better, not for him, but for our kids. They deserve a father who's learned from his mistakes. But I don't care about his redemption arc. That's his journey, not mine. Last week, something beautiful happened. I was at the grocery store, just shopping, living my normal life. A young woman approached me, maybe mid-20s, nervous. Excuse me, are you Kennedy Matthews? I am. I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to tell you something. I saw your speech, the one from the holiday party. It went viral. I watched it maybe 100 times. Oh, okay, thank you. No, you don't understand. I was in a bad relationship. My boyfriend was cheating on me. Everyone knew. My friends, his friends, they all knew, and no one told me. I felt so stupid, so humiliated. I didn't know what to do. She was crying now. Then I saw your speech, and it changed everything. You showed me that I didn't have to be quiet, that I didn't have to accept it, that I could stand up for myself. What did you do? I asked gently. I confronted him in front of his friends at a party, just like you did. I told everyone what he'd done, how he'd lied, how they'd all stayed silent, and then I left. I walked away, and I didn't look back. She was sobbing now. I hugged her, right there in the grocery store. That was 6 months ago, she said. I'm in therapy now. I'm healing. I'm dating someone new, someone honest, someone who treats me right. And it's all because of you, because you showed me I could survive, that I could be strong. I was crying too. You did that yourself. You found your own strength. Maybe, but you showed me where to look for it. Thank you. Thank you for being brave, for speaking up, for showing women like me that we don't have to accept being treated badly. She walked away. I stood there, in the cereal aisle, crying, grateful. My pain had helped someone else heal. My story had given someone else courage. That's worth everything. Today, I'm sitting in my home office, looking at my vision board, at all the things I want to accomplish, all the dreams I'm building. My kids are at school, happy, healthy, thriving. My work is fulfilling, making real impact, changing lives. My relationship with Daniel is deepening, built on honesty, on real connection, on mutual respect. I have friends who love me, support me, celebrate me. I have freedom, peace, joy, real joy. The kind that comes from within, not from a relationship, not from someone else's validation, but from knowing who I am, knowing my worth, knowing I chose myself. I think about that night sometimes, the holiday party, the speech, the moment everything changed. People ask me if I regret it, if I wish I'd handled it differently, privately, quietly. My answer is always the same: no, because that speech wasn't just about exposing Chris. It was about refusing to be silent, refusing to be humiliated quietly, refusing to let people make me the punchline of their gossip. It was about taking my power back in the most public way possible. Was it messy? Yes. Was it dramatic? Absolutely. Was it necessary? For me, yes. Everyone heals differently. Everyone finds justice differently. That was mine, and I don't regret a single word. I've learned so much since that night. I've learned that red flags are red flags, not challenges, not things to fix, not reasons to stay, just warnings to pay attention to. I've learned that when someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time, don't wait for more proof. Don't give endless chances. Just believe them and act accordingly. I've learned that choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary, it's survival, it's the foundation of everything else. I've learned that public humiliation doesn't kill you. It might feel like it will, but it doesn't. You survive, you heal, you grow stronger. I've learned that your story has power. Sharing it can help others, can give others courage, can change lives. Most importantly, I've learned that I'm stronger than I ever knew, that I can survive betrayal, divorce, public scrutiny, financial fraud, all of it, and not just survive, thrive. My phone buzzes, text from Daniel. Thinking about you, hope your day is going well. Dinner tonight? My place? I'll cook. I smile. Text back. Sounds perfect. I'll bring wine. Simple, easy, honest. No games, no secrets, no lies. Just two people who actually like each other. Building something real. That's what I deserve. That's what everyone deserves. I look at the framed photo on my desk. Me and the kids, taken last summer. All of us laughing, genuinely happy. That's my life now. Real happiness, earned happiness, the kind built on truth and self-worth, not the fake happiness I had before, the kind built on ignorance and denial. I don't miss the old life, the marriage, the partnership, the stability, because it was all built on lies, and anything built on lies eventually crumbles. Better to build something new, something real, something solid. That's what I'm doing. Every day, brick by brick, choice by choice, building a life I'm proud of. A life that's authentically mine. So, yeah. At his work party, someone whispered, "Everyone knows about his mistress but you." So I grabbed the microphone and gave a speech about loyalty that destroyed his career, ended his affair, and freed me from the biggest lie of my life. And it was the best decision I ever made. Not because it felt good in the moment. It didn't. It was terrifying, painful, humiliating in its own way. But because it set me free. Free from a man who didn't value me. Free from a life built on deception. Free from playing small to make someone else comfortable. That speech was my declaration of independence, my refusal to be silent, my choice to matter. And choosing yourself, refusing to accept less than you deserve, speaking up even when it's scary. That's what real queens do. We don't suffer in silence. We don't protect people who hurt us. We don't make ourselves small to avoid making waves. We stand up. We speak up. We show up for ourselves, even when it's messy, even when it's public, even when everyone's watching, especially when everyone's watching, because our stories matter. Our dignity matters. Our truth matters, and we deserve to be heard. Tonight, I'll have dinner with a man who respects me. Tomorrow, I'll wake up in a house that's all mine. Next week, I'll help another kid get a college scholarship. Next month, I'll watch my son score a soccer goal. Next year, who knows what I'll accomplish? But it will be mine, my life, my choices, my victories, built on honesty, strengthened by adversity, crowned by courage. That's my story. That's my comeback. That's my truth, and I'm just getting started. If this story shook you to your core, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment. Would you have given that speech? How would you have handled it? Remember, Queens, silence protects the wrong people. When everyone knows but you, someone should have told you. When no one tells you, tell everyone yourself. Your dignity is worth fighting for. Your truth is worth speaking. Your peace is worth protecting. Don't stay silent to keep others comfortable. Speak up, stand up, show up for yourself. Even if your voice shakes, even if people judge you, even if it gets messy, speak your truth anyway, because you deserve to be heard. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be loved honestly. And anyone who can't give you that doesn't deserve you. Keep your crown on, Queen. Stay vocal, stay fierce, stay free. Until next time.